Hello everybody, my name is TJ, and today I am joined by America's Grandmaster and member of the coveted Division A. It is Monsanto. Monsanto, how you doing today, man?
Hey, I'm doing good. What about you?
I'm doing okay. After a weekend of Specialist, I'm ready to get back to some semblance of normalcy and Conquest, but we're not here to talk about me, Monsanto. We're here to talk about you. So you, as I mentioned in my introduction, you have made it into Division A, and you had some tweets early on in the season and before the season started that you were struggling with maybe some confidence issues and your play. Is it mostly relief to get into Division A, or was that just something that you expected from the get-go?
I expected it from the get-go. Then things didn't go my way. I don't know why, but I felt just really stupid going into week 2. I didn't make good plays. I kind of messed up everything. And that's the week I made top 4 somehow. And that kind of got me into Division A, now that I look back at it. I don't know. I don't think I've been playing my best Hearthstone, but the new expansion makes the game a lot harder than it used to be. And I wasn't used to that anymore. Because the last year or so has been like pretty easy Hearthstone, and now it's back to super complicated, and a lot of grandmasters seem to still struggle, and I guess I struggled too, but a little bit less than 8 of them maybe.
So I asked some of the other America's Grandmaster about this, and it does seem like there's a pretty significant divide between the top level America's GMs and the bottom level America's GMs, and even so much so that, you know, as much of a genius as Frodan is, he almost 100% accurately predicted who Division A and who Division B was going to be.
He predicted top 13 and bottom 5, or top 11 and bottom 5, like to perfection.
Yep.
So that's
very impressive. And you know, like I said, as smart as Frodan is, that would be way too difficult if there was some semblance of, you know, competitiveness in America's. Why do you think that is? And what do you attribute it to? And do you kind of agree that there is a huge gap now between, let's say, the top half and bottom half?
Yeah, I think there kind of is. I don't know what to add to that. I think the last season there was already a pretty big difference between Division A and Division B, but there were some like outliers in Division B. This time around it's a little bit different because I feel like this meta is pretty skill testing, and whoever deserves to be Division A kind of got it. There's deserves not a great word, but like the people who did better usually ended up Division A in terms of how they played, how they prepared this time around. And it was not that hard to predict because that's just contingency. Like, I don't know. I thought I would do better though, but I still barely got Division A. But yeah, there's definitely a difference between like the top GMs and the bottom GMs in NA for sure. Yeah.
Well, you know, speaking of top GMs, it seems like you've kind of been on the hunt for a rivalry. To latch yourself onto. How's that search going?
I mean, I started trying to get Blythe as a rival, but as soon as I did that, it kind of seemed like he got to my level rather than the opposite. He started losing games and stuff like that. But lately it's been more like with Eddie that there's been some tweets that's happened that he kind of BMs me after beating me, which is pretty rude, but I don't know. I can take it. I can take a lot. Hopefully if I can have a rivalry with Eddie and that can put us both to perform better, that would be nice. I mean, he got pretty lucky with Turtle Mage. I think what happened is that he brought Turtle Mage the first week. It was the nuts, but we all saw the first 3 games where he drew like Devil Potion, and we all thought, okay, this deck is bad. This deck is garbage. We won't bring it. So that's the reason, and he knew it was good, and nobody else knew, and we all just saw that footage, and we're like, oh, okay, it's not good. So, but like he just kept bringing it by himself, and that kept like doing well for him. Because we all saw that, like, the bad side of it. We didn't see the good side of it. Does that make sense?
No, it does. It does. Does that mean more players are going to start bringing it now that they've seen the good side of it, or is he just lucky and it doesn't matter?
No. I think over 50% of players are going to bring it over all 3 regions next week.
Oh, geez. Wow. Okay. Well, thanks for the heads up. I think I'm feeling a little under the weather and won't be able to cast this weekend. So.
Oh yeah.
I'll put in my notice. No, I'm kidding. It's a very complicated deck to cast, and Eddie kind of BM'd you also before the matches too, just maybe not on Twitter. I don't know if you saw the interview that we did, but we recorded that like maybe 4 or 5 days before we.
Oh yeah. You lied a lot.
He said maybe it's not the deck, maybe it's the player, and he was referring specifically about you and your attempt to try and practice it and maybe bring it, since he tried to convince you to bring it.
Yeah. I don't know what to say about that. I mean, I tested the Turtle Mage a lot, but that was an older deck and a worse version of it, and it was bad, but like it's been refined a little bit since, and I think it's good now. I got to admit it's a good deck. I don't know, but yeah, he's been pretty rude. I guess it's just it's a fair game. It's okay. I'll get him with my plays at some point rather than my words. How about that?
Yeah. Well, if I have a recommendation for you, just pick a rivalry with somebody in Division B. Because then they can never back it up by beating you, and you're in Division A, so you're automatically better than them.
Yeah, so you don't have much confidence that I can beat Eddie ever, is what you're saying? I mean, so far it hasn't been working. I think my all-time record against Eddie is something like 1-4 now, which is pretty bad.
Yeah, well, I mean, at this point it feels like everybody's all-time record against Eddie is just tanking, including Bloodyface, who seemed to have his number for a long time. But one other topic of conversation that I wanted to bring up was the hat. I noticed a lack of hat today, but there was not a lack of hat on the broadcast this past weekend. What's with the hat?
I mean, I think you can probably figure it out here. It's not like you probably think it's like a lucky hat or I don't know, something like for the brand or something, but like, to be completely honest, I'm just like ashamed of how my hair looks, and the hat kind of hides it. When I get a haircut, I might stop wearing that hat.
I mean, that the hat got you into Division A.
Sure, but I don't know if that's about the hat, honestly. Like,
I think it's about the hat. I think it was 100% the hat. I mean, it couldn't have been your play.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I thought at first I thought this hat was gonna bring a good RNG, but then I lost more than I won on stream, right? At this point,
I guess on stream, yeah. But
yeah,
did you wear the hat when you were playing during Swiss?
No.
Oh,
no, because I didn't need to. I didn't need to hide my hair. Yeah. Nobody was watching. I might keep wearing it for GM, and just like pretend that it's my brand now. I just wear a hat and that one shirt.
Yeah, well, I mean, that could just be your thing. The people that don't know you but recognize you be like, wow, that's the guy in Division A that wears the hat and the shirt. He's cool. I like him.
Yeah, the thing is, there's no reason for that to be my thing. It would just like be a random thing that's my thing for no reason. But I'm okay with that.
Sure. Yeah, well, I mean, everybody has their things. Muzzy's thing now apparently is having a mustache.
But he said it was the last time we would see the mustache.
I'm pretty sure he said that the first time we saw it also.
True.
So, I don't know. I don't know what to believe anymore.
This was the last time you saw the hat.
Whoa. Okay. Well, now I'm, don't call it a comeback, but I'm going to be even more excited if I do see the hat. Yeah. It's a solid branding strategy.
Yeah, thank you.
So we're moving back into Conquest round robin going into next week. Are you excited to get back to kind of normal Hearthstone format, or did you like having rotating formats and Swiss each week?
I like the rotating formats better. I've never been a big fan of Conquest Best of 5. Like, that's a format that's been solved forever. You can't really, unless it's a very new meta with new decks that nobody knows about. When people know about the meta, you can't really, you can't be creative with what you want to do. You just bring either good decks or some target strategy, or like, it's not that exciting, but with the current meta, at least there are some decks that are still unrefined and some you can still get an advantage. But I've always been a fan of Specialist. I'm one of the few, and I like LHS as well. I like the rotating formats, but I guess now it's just back to standard, and it's fine too. It's a little bit easier to prep for.
Do you have any new format ideas that could be added in the future?
No.
You just like the ones that are there. What about Strike?
Is that the RDU one?
That's the RDU one.
Yeah, it's way too complicated. I didn't understand it when I looked at it. So for the viewers, I don't think. I mean, the viewers just see the games and they're like, oh, nice, a game. But
yeah.
I don't know. It's complicated. I don't like complicated stuff. The ones we have now are simple, and I like that.
All right.
I would be down for new formats. I just don't have ideas for them, but they need to be simple. That's part of the success of a good format, I think.
Yeah, and I think we found a reasonable balance with it, but I always throw out dumb format ideas to try and get some change. But that's all the questions I had for you today, man. And we've kind of gone long. I do like chatting with you, though.
Oh, thank you. I like chatting with you too.
Maybe we'll make a recurring interview series with just us, where we talk about things.
Nice.
Actually, I think they call that a podcast.
Oh, really? I mean, I know that they call that. I mean, I'd probably be down, yeah.
You want to?
I was also thinking about doing a Grandmaster news and just sending it to the production, but I don't know about that.
I do like the Grandmaster news.
Yeah.
Maybe I can make a guest appearance on your Grandmaster news.
Yeah, you could.
As a weatherman.
That would be cool. I don't know. I'm just brainstorming. But I thought of doing something like that. I don't know if that will. You can edit that out, but yeah.
The power of editing. Maybe none of this will have ever even taken place.
Yeah, they've got most of my stuff for the footage, so I don't know if that will ever be on stream actually, but.
Yeah,
that's
no,
okay.
It will be. I feel like I've watched you so many times in those, and I feel like they never add yours in. It's like when they give the final cut, they always take your part out. But
yeah, I mean, a lot of them I thought were very justified though. But yeah, it just happens to all be mine a lot of time. That's okay, because a lot of them I was like, I'm gonna cringe when this shows, and then it happens, and then I'm not part of it, and that's kind of a relief. Because I'm like, I don't think I did that well, and then it didn't happen, and then I'm like, nice.
Well, you know me, I appreciate a nice level of cringe. Not too much, but
yeah.
A solid level. All right, Monsanto. Well, thanks for talking to me, and good luck in your matches this weekend.
Thank you. Goodbye.
And if anybody else wants to check out more information about Hearthstone Grandmasters or any of the upcoming Masters Tour events, you can check out all that information on playhearthstone.com/esports.